Does it ever end, guys? Does the news and leaks ever end? After we just came off of Hasbro Pulse's Fan First Friday, I thought we were done. I thought, okay, we could relax this weekend, get ready for our stream tonight that we're going to have Saturday night for the Transformers Slag podcast. But once again, we still have more leaks coming, and it is that of the Transformers R.E.D. line. And we got some really interesting stuff still coming from this line. Now, for people who aren't familiar with it, that haven't been keeping track, the Transformers R.E.D., which stands for Robotic Enhanced Design line, is a 6-inch line by Hasbro, similar to that of Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series. They're non-transformable, but highly articulated, show-accurate, and with little accessories and interchangeable parts. We've learned thus far, through other leaks and some reveals through Hasbro officially, that we do have an indication of what the first wave assortment of 6 is going to be, which is G1 Optimus Prime, G1 Megatron, G1 Soundwave with cassette mode Laserbeak, Transformers Prime Arcee, Beast Wars Cheetor, and a G1 Bumblebee. But now, according to TFW 2005 member Lego TF Guy, who has been accurate in the past, so a credible source, he has found more listings through Walmart's pretty much internal computer archive and using the app to find out early UPC listings. Now, reminder also, this product is still $19.87, so that's the $20 price point that is found for this, and it correlates to that. So we have some more listings here, and we have that of, first of all, a G1 Redeco Optimus Prime. Now that could be a Nemesis Optimus Prime, a black repaint. It could be a Ultra Magnus repaint. It could be just a battle damage version. Maybe they did a 1986 beat up Optimus Prime repaint. There's one of many ways that this could be done. It could be a clear repaint. It could be a metallic repaint. I mean, even if you look back in the day in the history of Transformers, the SCF PVC, Mega PVC line, a lot of the repaints of the Convoy G1 Optimus Prime mold, sometimes they were just metallic repaints, sometimes they were clear repaints, sometimes it was a repaint with different accessories. So that could be done one of many ways. And the fact that it's called a Redeco Optimus Prime leans more towards that it's not so much a new character like Nemesis or Ultra Magnus. It probably is more just, hey, battle damage or, some new color scheme with some new accessories. Then we have also, and these are the more, interesting ones here. So we have R.E.D. Knockout. And considering we have a Prime Arcee already in the first wave, this leans more towards the fact that Knockout from Transformers Prime is going to get a release in this. And this is a really good one, primarily because Knockout, he's never had good toys. I'm just turning my head right now. I'm looking at my Transformer Prime display, which has practically everything. And, his deluxe was okay, but it wasn't anything great. I think Crockout, which was his Beast Hunters toy, was actually kind of more enjoyable than his actual Knockout toy. But so now we'll probably have something that's way more show accurate to the animation model. And Knockout was one of those fan favorite characters. I know that his voice actor, which was at TFCon LA, he had a huge line. He was very popular. So there's clearly a demand and interest for that character. And also, and this always goes to what I always talk about, it's an excuse, too, to get that trademark. Because that trademark really hasn't been used for a lot of things for a while. So if you could throw that Knockout trademark onto something, and it could be this, hey, you just roped it in for 3 to 4 years right there. So also a good reason to put Knockout there, even instead of him being a fan favorite, or a good reason to do a show accurate design from Transformers Prime. It's also a good place to put that trademark and keep it safe in the meantime. Which I get a feeling, I'm telling you, this Transformers R.E.D. line, it's going to be a good place to put some of those trademarks that are sitting around. Same thing like Tiny Turbo Changer, same thing like Bot Shots, Creo. We've had this discussion before. Anyone that's listened to the podcast knows how I feel when it comes to keeping the trademarks and how these sub-line of Transformers sometimes exist for that. And then the last one, and the one that doesn't surprise me at all, and the fact that this mold will exist is extremely important for the longevity of filling in the voids on this, is that of a G1 Starscream. And no surprise. So We always talk about the Legendary 7, so let's go over it right now. So what do we have right now of the Legendary 7? So we have Optimus Prime, we have Megatron, we have Soundwave, we have Bumblebee, so that's already 4 right there. Now we're going to have Starscream. So all that's missing at this point from the Legendary 7, at this point pretty much, is we're missing Devastator, and we're missing Grimlock. Now, Devastator obviously is going to be out of scale. He could be a Build-A-Figure in the future or something, but Grimlock we don't have yet. And Grimlock, what's going to be difficult with that is, do you do just the robot mode or you do just the alt mode? That's going to be another difficult one for deciding which one they'll go with. And I think that's why we have all the other Legendary 7 except those 2, because with Grimlock, what alt mode do you go with? And with Devastator, you want something to scale, and you could do a Build-A-Figure instead, which I guarantee that's how we're going to get him in the future. It'll be done in a big Build-A-Figure kind of gimmick. So that's the only reason why those 2 are absent. But so far, Hasbro has stuck to what I've always said. They always have to put out the Legendary 7. And by having Starscream there, not only do you complete now the Legendary 7 that can realistically be made in this non-transformable line that's to scale with each other, but also you then open it up to all the repaints you could do afterwards. You got your Thundercrackers, you got your Sky Warps, and then you could go into the Acid Storms, you could go into the Sun Storms, you could even do a little bit of retooling and have, like, you know, Slipstream. You could then go, oh, hey, maybe we'll do Red Wing. Maybe we'll do, Hot Link. Maybe we'll do UK Thundercracker with his crazy colors. That could be a con exclusive. Like, it opens up to all kinds of crazy. We already see how we get crazy Hasbro Pulse exclusives from Marvel Legends, and even with the G.I. Joe line and stuff with the 6-inch. I could see them doing a UK Thundercracker Hasbro Pulse exclusive just for the collectors in limited numbers or something. So that opens up all of that when the second you talk about Seeker molds and everything. And let's not even talk about then when they're going to do crazy retooling and then start doing the cone heads and that kind of stuff too. So there's a lot of meat on the bone here to discuss, but at the end of the day, this is really good stuff. And so now here's our final list. So we have our first wave of G1 Prime, G1 Megatron, G1 Soundwave with Laserbeak, Prime Arcee, Prime Arcee, Beast Wars Cheetor, and G1 Bumblebee. And then whatever's going to be for this wave 2, a Redeco Optimus Prime. Again, I feel that because it's going to be a new wave of 6, they probably want to put an Optimus Prime in this wave again, just to just like how you have like a Wolverine in every line. So you're going to have an Optimus Prime, a Starscream, and a Knockout. So we know half of the next wave. We'll see what comes afterwards. And then the sky's the limit. Who would you like to see after this? Obviously, I'm going to see Grimlock at some point, but obviously the dubiousness of what the alt mode will be. Devastator is obviously going to find some way through a Build-A-Figure or whatever. But who else would you like to see? Me personally, again, from a business standpoint, we have to see Jazz at some point. We have to see Shockwave at some point. Maybe Prowl. Those are like the second-tier characters that are easy money from a mainstream standpoint. Maybe complete the Seekers, but don't put 2 Seekers in the same set. So obviously Thundercracker and Skywarp will be fillers for Wave 3 or Wave 4. But after that, do you do Cliff Jumper? Do you lean more towards another Dinobot? Do you do something like, let's say, Blue Streak? I feel that you still have to kind of focus on 84, 85 guys while throwing in like the odd Transformers Prime character or the odd Beast Wars character here and there. So it really is, there's no real way to predict this outside of me just focusing on the core characters that always sell well with the casual audience, and then throw in some fan favorites in between that. So like, oh, hey, throw Beast Wars Dinobot, throw a Pterosaur or whatever, a little bit of that. And then you go to Transformers Prime and go, oh, maybe Smokescreen, maybe, Transformers Prime Bumblebee or Wheeljack, or, there's so many characters. I'm just turning my head right now to just remind myself of who else would be cool to put in. Even Bulkhead. Bulkhead would be cool. Transformers Prime Starscream if they want to still put more Starscreams, but I think there's already enough Starscreams to begin with. Have little, some of the Transformer Prime characters. Maybe they'll have little unarticulated statuette figures of the kids or something as accessories. Who knows? But it opens up a doorway to all kinds of ideas and everything that we could do here. Let me know who you think you would like to see. Like, we have 3 right now. We have the 3 that are listed now. So we have, again, a Prime character in Knockout. We have the Redeco Prime, so you have a Prime for that wave, and we have a Starscream. So who do you think realistically should be the next 3 in there? Obviously, it wouldn't be a Transformer Prime character. It probably has to be another Beast Wars character, probably another G1 character, probably another 2 G1 characters, and actually probably 3 G1 characters, because last wave was 4 G1 characters, 1 Prime character, and 1 Beast Wars character. So if they stick to that kind of method, we already have our Prime character in Knockout. We have 2 G1 characters here in Starscream and a Redeco Prime. So who are the other 3 G1 characters? And it's going to be other 2 G1 characters and 1 Beast Wars one. I'm going to lean towards maybe, and again, it's probably wrong because we have Beast Wars Dinobot coming with this Kingdom line, but maybe a Beast Wars Dinobot, maybe a Pterosaur, maybe an Air Razor. That one I can't really predict as much because Kingdom kind of mucks up my choices there. But if we're talking G1 characters, I'm going to go with Jazz and Shockwave. Jazz and Shockwave for sure, 100%. But who do you think? Who do you think would be the next 2 G1s and 1 Beast Wars insert for this?